On today's episode of the Morgantown Minute, we will be working with the Code Enforcement Department to explain the process of obtaining a building permit. A building permit is a legal document that is required by city code that allows you to begin construction. The permit is intended to ensure the safety of the occupants of the structure and that the project complies with local standards of land use, zoning, and construction. A building permit is required for many different projects. Code Enforcement Manager Amy Fairman explains the basis of necessity for a permit.
Most projects inside city limits require one. A general rule of thumb is if it's under $500, then you may not need one. But if it's anything above that, and if it's concerning digging of any sort, you definitely need a permit.
The first step to obtaining a building permit is to determine if your project requires one. A building permit is usually required for any of the following projects: new buildings, additions to an existing building, residential work such as a new deck, pool, or garage, renovations such as kitchen expansions or re-roofing, installing electrical outlets, remodeling kitchens or bathrooms, and installing appliances such as a furnace or a water heater. Although most of these projects require a permit, there are sometimes exceptions. Be sure to contact the Code Enforcement Department if you are unsure if your project requires a permit. Next, you will need to complete the appropriate application and site plan for your project. Once you have spoken to Code Enforcement to determine the necessity of your permit, you are ready to fill out an application. You can find a list of projects and their corresponding application on the City of Morgantown website. After you have filled out your application, there is one more thing to do before you can submit it. Refer to the guidelines of your project provided by the City of Morgantown to see if a site plan is required. If a site plan is required, you will need to produce a sketch of your proposed project, including the dimensions and location. Use a ruler and a blank sheet of paper. Take your time and add as much detail as possible. The last step to obtaining a building permit is to submit your application and site plan and complete any necessary revisions. Once you have completed your application and plan blueprints, you can turn it into the front desk of the Code Enforcement Department.
Once it's brought in, we log it in and it's routed depending on what it is. Say you're building a new deck. If you're building a deck, that's going to go to 3 departments. Someone here is going to review it, someone in engineering, and someone in planning. Now, if it's a commercial space, such as a business, and you want to do outdoor dining, that would include a 4th department, which is the fire department. So potentially it has 4 departments that will see it, but residential is only 3.
If your plans meet the necessary requirements, you will be issued a permit. If not, a code officer may suggest solutions to help correct the problem.
Anytime you need something, just call us. The easiest way to get an answer is to call the office, and we'll get you through whatever project you got.
Congratulations! Once you've completed the steps and have received your permit, you are ready to begin construction. If you have questions or need help, you can call the Code Enforcement Department at 304-284-7401 for assistance. That's all for this episode of the Morgantown Minute. Happy building, Morgantown!